in detail. I was sitting in an airplane. I didn't want to sit alone. I was sitting next to a man with a beard, and we came into a conversation and said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm an actor." And of course, if you're beginning of your career, you always have photographs with you. So,
where are you flying from?
From Rome to Munich, where he was presenting the film with Sylvia Miles East. And I didn't know who he was, so I said, "I'm an actor." He was the photographer. And then he said, "Give me your telephone number." And he wrote it in his passport at the last page. And I thought, wow.
Commitment.
Really important for him. Yeah. And then, anyway, I said, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm Paul Morgue. I'm a film director. I work for Bloor." That's the true story.
Wow. Amazing. Okay. Let's go on. In the 70s, Udo appeared in such memorable and sensational films as Just Jenkins' The Story of Morgue in 1975, Paul Martin's Expose, a.k.a. House on Straw Hill in 1976, which is another fan film and the only British movie to make the infamous UK video nasties list, which is very infamous. It was spearheaded by Mary Whitehouse, who is like our Mary Brown here in Ontario, who was like spearheading the censorship movement. Charles Manton's Spermula, which I just watched in its entirety last night, an amazing film, co-starring Canadian actress Dale Haddon.
Yes, I saw her actually on TV. I think she's still a model doing for L'Oreal, pinching her skin, putting the whole to her.
And did you know that she's Canadian, and she made her debut?
She's still pinching her skin.
And she made her debut in Disney, The World's Greatest Athlete.
I didn't know that.
With Jan Michael Vincent.
Good for her.
Dario,
actually, it's a good start. Starting with Disney and ending up in Spermula.
A lot of people are. Don't forget that Larry Clark's Kid was a Disney movie. Anyway, Dario Argento's Suspiria in 1977. And Rainer Fassbinder's The Station Master's Wife, for which she also acted as assistant director in 1977, and The Third Generation in 1979. Maybe just parenthetically, I can ask you, what was it like working as Fassbinder's assistant director?
But you see, I hope you have enough time, because my
story
is so profound and long.
I know. We're going to sit on the job.
So we come back. Fassbinder I met when he was 15 and I was 16 in a working class bar, where you had
in Munich?
No, in Cologne.
Oh,
I was learning something, I don't know what, but he was, and there was really a kind of a wonderful bar, which was like truck drivers, transvestites. The first transvestites who went to Casablanca had a pussy made and they showed it to everybody. So we all wanted to see it. How do you look when you can? So they went to art because it cost a lot of money.
Were you rehearsing your gigolo role then?
Not really. I thought I was born a month.
Okay.
That was when I met him. They were really kind of a crowd of truck drivers, secretary. It was like if somebody said the wrong word, they got somebody a beer bottle on their head. Well, very interesting. That's how I met Fassbinder.
But in terms of the assistant director of Station Master's Wife, what was that entail?
I don't remember. I think the assistant director got sick, and I had to help because we were friends from the past.
Okay, good. We'll move on. In 1979, he also appeared in Nicholas Jensen's Hungarian Rhapsody, which I saw a clip from on YouTube.
You saw a film
on YouTube?
I don't believe it.
Yeah, and it looks amazing. It looks like very poetic and it's beautifully shot. It's a very art film, sort of about, I don't know what Hungarian is, I guess.
Hungarian story, and the director became famous. Miklos Janšo is like the Fellini of Hungary, always Hungary, people say Hungary. And he did one film which he was very famous for with 9 cuts. Today it's easy, but the old days to make a film with 9 cuts, so everything was 10 minutes rolling the film.
So he was a sort of a before Bellatar was making.
Yes.
Ah.
Before Bellatar.
Ah, okay. So in the 80s, Udo continued his work with Fassbinder, with Berlin Alexanderplatz in 1980, and Lily Marlene, and Lola in 1981. We'll get into Fassbinder later, because I know you were roommates with Fassbinder for a year.
Not really roommates.
Oh.
We didn't share a room, we shared a house. I wasn't sharing a room with him.
Well, that's in Canada, a roommate means.
No, I know where you're going.
Were you
living in the same house, and
okay, we'll get into that. Of course, starring Valerian Boruchek,
Polish director, who became
Dr. Jekyll and his women.
Yes, and women, yes. But he became famous. He was an animated director from Poland, and he was famous. It was amazing. He made a film about a hare climbing over a table into a milk glass. So it's then he made Paloma Picasso, and he was famous because the horse had an erection, and some people are scared of horses with erections. Especially Paloma Picasso. So let's go on.
It's interesting to me that you work so often with directors repeatedly. You have like a real loyalty to certain directors that
well, I'm loyal to every director. They're not loyal to me. That is I mean, in America, it doesn't exist. Like Gus Van Sant, I made 2 films with, and I was thinking because I like this way of working that I would do all the films. I mean, sometimes if you have a friend and you make a movie, it doesn't matter how big your role is. Like Lars Von Trier, I made all his movies and Breaking the Waves, just saying one line, I want that you fuck the sailor and I'll watch. Variety wrote 10 times more than my line, and that's a compliment. If you just say, I want that you fuck the sailor and I'll watch. He's loyal.
But also when you work with someone that often, then you don't take it so personally or whatever when they ask you to do like such a small role, because you know it's for the film and you'll be working with them again. You're just there in the service of the film in a way. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, let's okay. Here's something interesting that I want to ask about. Peter Kurt and Kurt Roth escaped from Blood Plantation. Kurt Roth, Fassbinder's,
Kurt Roth was one of Fassbinder's friend and one of the actors.
Yeah.
And he directed the set, and he did not direct it.
It says what? That he did.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It was actually a Philippine director, and
was Peter Kern.
No, that was a producer. So Peter Kern was a producer. So I went, and he hired me to do a film with Barbara Valentin, who was a great, blonde, beautiful woman, worked in Fassbinder's film, and it called The Island of the Blood Plantation. And I went there, and he said, right, just call him the Fassbinder of the Philippines. So I got there, and we had a meeting, and I was sitting next to the director, and he was drinking vodka pur. And I said, I would like to see some of your films or something, because I don't know your work. No, everything's fine. So everything was fine. And then we met on an island we were shooting, and he said, oh, yes, it's my style. And I said, no, we cannot do the film with this man because it's ridiculous. So Kurt Roth jumped in to be the director. He was not the director from the beginning. It was the Filipino Fassbinder, which never exists, but who cares?
And
whenever I drink a white wine, I'm a white wine drinker, I get heartburn, and then I have to jump over to Jägermeister. So that's why I like Jägermeister now.